Hi, this is Street Sects, and you're watching Industrial Music Culture.
I'm Leo, vocalist of Street Sects from Austin, Texas, currently on Flenser Records.
I'm Sean Ringsmooth, playing the band Street Sects, composer, writer. I also live in Austin, Texas.
James, play drums sometimes. Street Sects, live in Austin.
I'm Matt, I play guitar.
I grew up in a trailer park in upstate New York, in a town called Saratoga Springs. It's a pretty average, I guess, lower middle class American upbringing. I moved down to South Florida when I was 15 and met him about 3 or 4 years later. We've been playing music, I don't know, for about the last 18, 20 years.
I was born and grew up in Fort Myers, Florida. I lived there for a long time, until about, we moved to Austin in 2011. Leo left for a time, came back. We started Street Sects in 2013, put out our first 2 7-inches in 2014, and I've kept doing it since then.
I grew up in Round Rock. It's like right outside Austin. Pretty normal childhood. Got in trouble now and then, but
I'm from San Antonio. I lived there basically up until I was like 18 years old, moved to Austin. The rest is history.
I guess middle school, probably around the time Pretty Hay Machine came out, I guess. Would probably be the first industrial thing I ever heard. So I don't know, how old was I? How old are you when you're in middle school?
Like 12, 13.
12, 13?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Roughly the same for me. Pretty Hay Machine, The Downward Spiral, but there was a long gap until I heard a few albums by Skinny Puppy, especially Too Dark Park. That brought it all back. I had taken a long hiatus from industrial music of any kind, but Skinny Puppy all the way. And luckily, Leo and I got to see them in San Antonio once. It was fantastic.
It's awesome.
about the same for me.
What? What was the question?
How old were you when you got into industrial music?
Oh. Damn, I don't even know. My mom would always listen to I guess industrial, like Ministry, Depeche Mode, 9 Inch Nails. She would always listen to that in the car and stuff. My mom, yeah. My mom's cool.
That's awesome.
I guess I started playing guitar when I was, 11, 12, but I didn't really take it seriously, maybe until I was 14, 15.
I started on guitar, took lessons around 13, and played until about 23, 24. I don't think I really considered myself a musician until I was playing in a band, like a working band, with Leo in a guitar-driven sort of situation. We moved around. We moved to Massachusetts at one time and played shows around there, and I felt at that time that I was a musician, but I feel that we have done more now in Street Sects than I ever did before. So if I were ever to feel like a musician, it would be at this time.
We're all underneath album mode in, so I can leave it up. Yeah, sorry guys.
This project, I think, because he and I have been playing music for, I'd say, about going on 20 years, and we played in a lot of different styles, a lot of different types of projects, and the impetus for this one was kind of more the feeling that we wanted than necessarily like a style. We knew we wanted to play electronic music, and we knew we wanted it to be visceral and intense and heavy, and so we kind of looked to Throbbing Grizzle. And kind of their attitude, which was finding a new way to express themselves in the punk idealism, but they were bored with guitar punk and kind of like the tropes of punk rock. And so they were trying to find ways to push against that. So, you know, while our music doesn't sound anything like Throbbing Grizzle, it was kind of more of that ideal of like, how do we take this energy and this feeling and try to do something new with it, you know? Whether we succeed or not, we're at least trying. And so Throbbing Grizzle and Coil and those kind of things were some of the bands I think that inspired the overall artistic push of it,
Excellent.
at least, you know, from my end.
Yeah, and those things played on me too. I ping-ponged it with some guitar hardcore bands, but again, our early stuff adamantly did not want guitar. So we would listen to Portraits of Past around that time. There's some Converge, some Jane Doe also, but again, these sounds just moving through me. No intention of ever writing guitar music, reinterpreting it as other sounds, sample-based sounds, but mostly thinking about the rhythms of hardcore songs and how those could be electronic. The project started, the attempt at it was 2011 when Leo and I first moved to Austin, but it didn't really get off the ground. We were thinking about electronic music then, but we were playing around and we're heavy into drink and drugs at that time. Leo had to leave for a while and come back, and so we started the band in 2013 very, very seriously, though I wasn't sober at the time. We made a series of demos that we had to keep scratching. Eventually, through a combination of all kinds of sounds and methods, we found the sound for the first couple 7 inches. We met in 2001, I want to say, working together at a coffee shop within a Barnes & Noble. And we were coworkers for a time, and then I joined a band Leo had at that time called Dreams Die First, sort of a singer-songwriter deal. I played guitar, and then that band kind of dissipated a little, and he and I stayed together to work on a new band and brought in, you know, some other musicians, something more like Sonic Youth, very guitar-driven, that stuff. And we have been friends ever since, and really want to keep experimenting with sounds and moving forward.
Excellent.
Oh, Leo hated that tour. I can tell you all about
Yeah,
it.
it was miserable. I mean, 90% of the shows, I mean, it was only 2 weeks, and so I would say about 13 out of 14 shows, there were 5 people or less there. I think our New York show, there was maybe 15, 20 people there, but the rest, it was, you know, 5 or less, and there was at least half of the shows we were playing to the other bands that were playing, so it was brutal. The first full length we did with the Flenser and Position, that was great. It was a great experience through and through. I mean, we were mostly just happy because he and I, however long we've been playing music together, we've never actually completed a full length record. So that in and of itself was an accomplishment. The fact that, you know, we had a label putting it out and that there were actually people who liked it was
That's excellent.
a bonus. Our first music video. My old bandmate and friend Todd actually did that video for us. It's the one for Black in the Other Eye. And it was a little weird because, you know, we're doing lip syncing and that kind of shit in it, and that wasn't really what I think that wasn't what I wanted to do, and I don't think Sean wanted to do it either. but it's what you have to do in music videos, and
Yeah.
you know, and we were super happy that he did it, and you know, he did a good job on it, and he didn't charge us, so
That's good.
it was cool. This current tour, there's no name for the tour. It's just us and our friends, Portrayal of Guilt, the two guys that were just here in the interview earlier. They're in Portrayal of Guilt. And, this is only our second date of the tour, and it's going pretty good so far. It's good to tour with your friends.
It's fantastic. We've known them for a while. They were roommates with us at a house in Austin, and they're great musicians. James is a sick drummer. Matt is excellent on guitars, and they've been joining us for some songs, which is fantastic. And we put out a split 7-inch with them that we hope to repress at some point. There is going to be a repressing, right? I saw
Yeah, it's
something about-
it's in the works.
Okay. Hopefully we can get that out there. But in the meantime, yeah, we're really enjoying the road with them. Latest single was Gentrification 4.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a bit of a complex question, because our last full length was Kicking Mill, but that was last year.
Yeah.
And so we've released 2 7-inch singles this year, Gentrification 3 and Gentrification 4, which are part of a serial album that we began in 2014 called Gentrification, a serial album. And there's 10 tracks on that album as a whole, and part 5 will be released this year, 2020. So
Excellent.
I guess the album in progress this year is the Gentrification album, and did we do a video this year? I feel like we did.
With AF Cortez.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, AF Cortez, this excellent photographer and video artist in New York City, did a video for "If Life Is a Gift." It's in very poor taste, and yeah, that was that was another video that like somebody who was very talented offered to do it for us, and with a zero budget did a fucking incredible job. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, AF, if you're watching.
Coffee, always. Looking for it, needing it, having it on hand, and I think coffee, water. That's really it, roughly, for me.
Anything for you?
About the same, coffee, and I generally try to, sit somewhere quiet, because nothing kind of wears me out more than socializing. I'm definitely like someone who needs to kind of decompress and be alone before a show, and afterwards I can usually hang out. The typical stuff I like to read, watch movies, be outdoors if and when I can, and that's about it.
Same on the books. Heavy reader, active runner. Run a lot. I've been able to run on some of our tours. Recently did 17 days or so in Europe, and luckily brought my shoes. It was the first time I'd ever done it, and ran through some cities. That was amazing. So that's a big one for me, and I do often think about music while I'm out there, quite a bit. And other than that, sometimes in Austin we've got places to go. A lot of bands roll through there, so sometimes we'll catch shows. We've been lucky this year to see a lot of fantastic music. Saw Brian Ferry of Roxy Music fame, and Nick Cave on the Q&A tour that he did, which was just unique. So it's a good thing. We have film screenings and stuff too. I know Leo goes to a lot of those where the film directors come out and they'll speak about the films.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I would say I was fairly addicted to playing video games, and so about 10 years ago, I'd say.
Okay.
I kind of fell off. And I still read about them, and I'll watch I go to IGN.com and I'll watch the video reviews of the newest games, because I think they're very cool and fascinating. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time or the money to put into them.
We did it one time, but so many years ago, like the first Xbox.
Yeah? Okay.
Food, just
is
about
such a-
everything.
Food is so troublesome these days.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if I had my way, I would eat Italian food all the time because you've got it all, the cheese and the sauces and the bread. But I don't eat any of that stuff, so it's I think the bullet blender, to be a maniac about things is probably the best thing I got
That's
going.
not
I just got one for
That's
Christmas.
nobody's favorite
It's
food.
probably the best thing I got going at the house.
Nobody's favorite food is bullet blender.
It really is. We've been through, so we've burned out the motor in several of those.
means
That
like
is-
food that you
that is what I
actually
go
enjoy,
to.
not like-
That is food that I enjoy. I make it so that I enjoy it. So
That's
that's the real answer.
Bullshit.
No, bullshit is going out to eat, blowing your money all the time. No pets for me.
Oh, no pets.
I have 2 cats. Yeah.
2 cats. Excellent.
The ones that I always talk about, they're getting so old to me. Like they're not. I'm always trying to take in new music, especially things that are electronic. For a long time, it was Elvis Costello and the Attractions. Made a big impression on me when I was a teenager, and for a long time. And I only saw him recently in the last year with his on his current tour, which was cool. The Microphones and some of the Mount Erie discography has been really important to me. And a third, I'm sure there's so many. Probably some I was just listening to in the van on the way here, but I can't think of it at the moment. I had a lot of great experiences with festivals, really.
Roadburn was amazing.
Yes.
Roadburn?
Yes.
Yeah, take that back. Roadburn was incredible.
Okay.
Totally incredible. There's some stuff in the works. Keep that secret. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Like when we
Yeah.
started this project, it was solely for our own personal satisfaction and doing something that we wanted to hear and we wanted to feel. And the fact that anybody ever gave a shit about it and listened to it means the world to us. And the fact that you guys, if you stream it, if you come to our shows, if you buy the records, t-shirts, anything, we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.
To new bands and artists. I don't know that I have the I don't know the clout to say so, really.
Okay.
I feel like I can pass on that.
Okay.
If you don't want to be miserable for the rest of your life, do something else.
All right.
No, just don't give up. If it's something you really want to do, don't give up. I mean, we struggled for a long time playing music. Nobody gave a shit about it for 90% of the time that we did it. So it's only recently that anybody's even paid attention to anything that we've done. So
All right.
don't give up.
What? He starts it, he ends it. And the only thing
So-
they're gonna remember. Can I say that again?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, this is Street Sects, and you're watching Industrial Music. Oh, I can't when he's doing that. I can't.
watching
You're gonna have all these outtakes now.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
Composure. Composure.
Okay. Hi, this is Street Sects, and you are watching Industrial Music Culture.